Hi guys, so today is going to be my go-to smoky look that I use for clubbing and nights out. So if you want to know how to get this look, then just keep watching. So to start off with, I always use a base. It's really important when you want your foundation to last all night to use a really good base to keep it on. So today I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier primer. Next, on top for foundation, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and the Stila liquid bronze, and just mix a little bit in with the foundation, just so my face matches the rest of my body, as I am self-tanned at the minute. Just go in with your damp beauty blender and bounce this over the skin. I love a beauty blender to put your foundation on with. It really gives a flawless coverage, and you can really build up the coverage and you don't get left with those streak marks that sometimes you can get with foundation brushes. Moving on to brows, I love the MAC dipbrow pomade for brows. It's in the shade Dirty Blonde. I'm going to use that with the Sigma flat definer brush. I don't tend to overdraw my brows too much, but just enough so they're emphasized and slightly elongated on the tail. Especially when you're doing such an intense smoky look, you don't want your brows to get lost in your face. So really just define them and give them a little bit more depth and colour. So to start off the eyes, I'm going to start with the primer. This is the Lorac Pro primer, just to hold on the eyeshadows all night. And next we're going to go in with the Urban Decay eyeshadow in the colour Riff. This is a gorgeous, really warm, nearly orangey brown, and it's perfect for a transition colour, which is what we're going to use for today. I'm just going to go in with a fluffy blending brush. This is the MAC 224. Any fluffy blending brush will do really, but we just want to pack this into the upper crease area and put a lot of it on, because we are going to be using slightly cooler, intense smoky colours, so we want to make sure that the eyeshadow has something to blend up into and it doesn't just stop with an intense line. So just pack that in there, apply loads of this colour into the crease. Trust me, it's going to make your blending life so much easier. Next I'm going to go in with this fudge kind of colour. This is from the MAC pre-made warm tone palette. It's in the shade Divine Decadence. It's gorgeous. The only way I can describe it is like a shimmery fudge colour. I'm just going to pack this all over the lid from inner corner to outer corner with a flat synthetic brush. Just pack this heavily all over the lid. Don't worry if it's not perfect. We can blend out the edges. Just make sure that colour is really intense. Then just go back in with the same 224 blending brush and a little bit of that Riff eyeshadow just to blend out the edges so they all blend seamlessly together. So next, from the same palette, I'm going to go in with these two darker colours. One's in the shade Dark Brew and the other is Dance in the Dark. And I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush. This is a Sigma E25, and we're going to focus this lower in the crease and in the outer corner as well. We don't want to bring this up too high, because that's when you start to look like you've got a punch in the eye basically. So keep it lower and on the outer corners as well. Don't worry if you're too messy with your blending on the outer corners. We can clean that up with concealer later, but just make sure it's deeper in the crease and lower. Then on a pencil brush, I'm going to use the darker of those two colours and just run this along the lash line, just to intensify that lash line, because we're not going to be using any winged liner today. So we just want to keep the darkest amount of colour along the base of the lashes. So before I go in with concealer, I'm just going to dust away any fallout from those glittery eyeshadows that may have fallen down. So once you've got that dusted away, we're going to go in with the MAC Prolongerwear concealer. This is in the shade NW20. I'm going to put this underneath my eyes in an upside down triangle to brighten and to clean up those edges as well along the outer corner of the eye. I'm going to put it down this bridge of my nose, in between my eyebrows and the top of the lip as well. And I'm just going to go back in with my damp beauty blender to blend all of this out. To prevent the concealer from creasing, I'm just going to go in with my translucent powder. This is from Face of Australia, and just bake underneath the eye, let that sit there for a few minutes, and then I'm going to move on to a cream bronze. This is the Chanel Universal Bronze, and I'm just going to put these in the normal areas we will bronze, so the forehead, underneath the jawline, underneath the cheekbones. I am going to go in and set this with a powder bronzer later, but I just really wanted to warm up the face. I felt it wasn't quite the same colour as the rest of my body, so just to warm it up and to give a more intense bronze glow. So I'm just going to set the rest of my face with the same translucent powder and just dust away any of that excess powder that's been sitting underneath the eyes. So moving on to the lower lash line, first I'm going to line my waterline with a black kohl pencil and slightly bring this down into the lower lash line as well. Then with the same two dark colours from the MAC palette and a pencil brush, I'm going to heavily smoke out that liner before it sets. Bring this down nice and far as well. The further you smoke it down, the more intense your smoky eye is going to be. And don't worry about it being too dark because we are going to blend it out. But just while that liner is still kind of wet, we want to smoke it out as much as possible. So for the inner corner highlight, I only ever use one eyeshadow, and that is MAC Nylon. It's a really intense highlight, kind of like a yellowy white highlight. It's perfect for the inner corner on smoky eyes because it brings a lot of light back to the inner corner so you don't look like you've been punched in the eye. And I also like this for underneath the brow bone as well, just to lift the brow and to highlight. Then I'm going to go in and coat my lashes with Benefit Rollerlash mascara, just a quick coat, and I did apply false lashes off camera. So to further bronze up the face, I'm going to go in with MAC's Give Me Sun bronzer. I'm really sorry that this is all MAC products today. I didn't realise until I looked at the footage, but I will be doing some more tutorials with some drugstore products, so don't worry. So just bronze up the face anywhere that we used that cream bronzer, so the forehead, the cheekbones, underneath the jawline. And then I'm just going to go in with any pink blush. I don't remember which one I used today. I will list it down below. Any warm pink blush will do fine. Just on the apples of the cheeks and pull it back into the bronzer. So for highlighter, I went in with my Mercier Loumaniser highlighter. This is my new obsession. I have no idea why it took me so long to get on this bandwagon, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's so intense, which I personally love, but it's just beautiful. I just put it along my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and up above my eyebrows as well. So for the lips, I did want to keep them slightly more on the nude side. So I first went in with MAC's Whirl lip liner, overlined my lips slightly, filled them in, and then went on top with MAC's Blankety lipstick. And then for a bit of gloss, Gerard Cosmetics Shimmer of Hope lip gloss. So then just set your makeup in place with the Urban Decay setting spray, take down your hair, give it a bit of a zhuzh, and you are good to go. This is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.